I was not the best sister growing up, but I can recognize a backstabber from miles away, Haley. I don't care what you think anymore. My friend is more important to me than you could ever be. And since when you started caring for me, huh? Weren't you the one who used to ignore me and never stood up for me? So why are you interfering in my life now? Is it because you don't have any friends? Or you're just jealous I got lucky in that department, while your so-called friends left you behind? Grow up, sis. You're not a kid anymore. I grew up too, and I'm trying to make it up to you. I know what it feels like to be betrayed by your best friend. I don't want you to go through the same pain I once suffered from. I'm just trying to look out for you. You don't need to, Linda. You're not doing me any favor. I can care for myself. So how about you mind your business and stop bad-mouthing Michelle? Stop accusing her on a whim and get out of my life. She's more of a sister to me than you were ever. I'm sorry, I forgot to record whatever shit she was talking about you on her phone. Maybe it was because of the shock, but there definitely was a time when I thought she was your best friend. Or maybe you just misread something. Dude, this is not even the first time you're saying things like this. You always hated my friends, and every time I tried to introduce them to you, you ignored them. When you were bringing your friends over, I was working my ass for university, Haley. I'm sorry I wasn't there to entertain them then. Then why are you suddenly making assumptions about my friends? Because they're shitty. All your friends are. Do you think mom doesn't tell me what kind of disgusting friend group you have in school? Seriously, Haley, you need to get out of there and focus more on your studies. Friends are not your life. You know nothing about my friends or me. Just say you're making things up and that it makes your skin crawl to see me happy. You can say shit to me all you want, but I know I'm not wrong. And you will learn the truth soon. Your friend, especially that Michelle, has been using you, and I will prove that fact to you. No need. All you have proven until now is that you're a liar and a hypocrite. Just stop talking to me, and I'll be at peace. I'm your big sister, that's the truth. And I care about you more than anyone in the world. If you really cared, why weren't you there when Frank broke up with me? I was crying every night all alone in the room. I tried calling you so many times, but you did not pick up. And then you have the guts to say that you care about me? Bullshit. I told you I was busy. I've been meaning to call you since then, but you keep ignoring me. That's when you have time. I'm sorry, Linda, but my day doesn't revolve around your damn routine. It's pointless. And stop talking about Michelle like that if you do care about me. She was the only one who was there for me during my rough days. You should be thankful that your sister did not succumb to depression, because she was there. Hey girl, I'm sorry for what Linda said today. I hope you're not angry with me. It's okay. I can understand why she's so protective of you. She's not protective, she's just jealous. Hey, now please don't talk about her like that. She must have her reasons. You have no idea how she treated me when we were kids. She's 5 years older than me and always ignored me when we were kids. Always acting all high and mighty and looking down on me. And when her friends used to make fun of me, she never even stood up for me. She has always been distant. But suddenly, she's showing how much she cares for me by pointing fingers at you. That must have been tough for you. It bothers me that you didn't share it with me. It's no big deal. I don't want to sound like a Winnie kid in front of you. I mean, you're so amazing and intelligent. And you always help me out. I got all this confidence just because of you. You worked on yourself, Haley. I'm just here as your best friend. Oh, I'm still so annoyed, girl. How can Linda say that to your face? I can't believe it. She's so ridiculous. I'm glad she went back to her cramped little apartment. You don't need to be so harsh on her. People change. Maybe she's changing too. I really don't care. I'm happy without her in my life. Give her a chance, okay? If things work out, who knows? Maybe you two will become best friends. That spot is just for you, bestie. She can never have it, no matter how much she tries. I feel so lucky to have you, you know. We are really soulmates. You think so? I was thinking the same thing, lol, right now. Holy shit, is this what they telepathy, lol? I think so too. That's why we're besties. We don't even need to say anything. We just know it. Thanks, Michelle, for cheering me up again. I'm feeling so much better now. Anytime, girl. Just call me if you want to talk again. Yep. Okay then, see you tomorrow at school. Night. Yep, good night. Ever since we were kids, Linda was never kind to my friends or me. I already had a rocky relationship with her from the start. But when she started to judge my friends for no reason, I got more distant from her. In fact, this wasn't the first time Linda tried to break off my friendship. She would always tell me something out of pure whim just because she didn't know that person. Back in middle school, she yelled at my friends for always calling me up and blamed her for my poor academic results. She did not talk to me after that, and I was even bullied at school after that incident. By then, Linda had left for college, and so I chose never to tell her anything about my life. But once she got herself a job, she started to act like a so-called responsible big sister again. My mom would always go and tell her about me, and I'd get phone calls from her lecturing me about life and stuff. She'd even ask me about my friends, but I never told her anything. I wanted to keep her away from my life. And the worst part is that she never acknowledged her mistake when I told her how badly it affected me when she blamed my ex-friend in middle school. You should have told me sooner. I was looking out for you. Why are you talking as if I was the one who asked them to bully you? Just accept that your friend was shitty, and she finally found a reason to get back to you. As angry as she sounded, I begged her to no longer pull off stunts like this in my life. I can't choose my friends, and I don't need her supervision here. Once I got into high school, I maintained a low profile. I talked to people, but the fear of being bullied again made me keep my distance from them. But when the second year started, I met Michelle. Everyone in our class adored her. As we talked, we realized we had a lot in common. That led to our friendship. Staying with her made me come out of my shell, and I started to explore my life more. I became friends with others and even started dating the popular boy, Frank, who was on the baseball team. We were together for 6 months, and he seemed like the perfect guy to me. But I was not his dream girl. I tried everything to make him happy, but nothing worked. Soon enough, he broke up with me. It left me so heartbroken and insecure. At that time, I wanted Linda to be around, but she got busy again with work. Though Michelle helped me, I regained my confidence because of her and started giving myself the self-care I deserved. But my mom did not like how I was losing focus on studies again. She again told Linda about it, and well, when Michelle visited our house, she ended up being rude to her too. After this incident, I'm so tired of my sister's personality. But unfortunately, that was not the end of her drama. A few weeks later.
Did you complain about me to your older sister, Haley? What are you, a damn child?
What? What do you mean?
How about you ask her yourself? Why the hell she's moral policing me? I guess that's why she's still single. And so are you, lol. You are so pathetic, and this is precisely why I broke up with you.
Buzz off, Frank. Have you lost your damn mind?
Well, it's your sister who has lost her mind. What does she have to do with who I'm dating now and who I'm cheating on? It's my life. I told her exactly what I told you when I broke up with you. But she needs to understand the meaning of personal space. I'm not obligated to anyone, let alone your wannabe sister.
And why should I believe you, huh? I'm not your servant, Frank. Get the hell out of my life.
You are the one who's still haunting me like a ghost, Haley. Have you been stalking me? Holy shit, that is plausible. The way you were obsessed with me when we were dating.
Don't make shit up, Frank. You know none of that is true.
Oh yeah? Then how about I ask all our classmates what they would think about you? Didn't you know you were pretty famous among our batch? You were one of the cringiest girls in our school. Damn. Can't believe I was going out with you.
Are you really threatening me, Frank? How low can you fall? What have I ever done to you?
I'm just doing what I should have done months ago. It's just that you're friends with Michelle and that I didn't do anything. But after your sister insulted me, I think this is the fitting punishment for you. Do you remember all the pictures you sent me when you were dating? Oh, your sister would probably jump off a cliff if she found out her little sissy is a whore.
Frank, please, please don't do it. I swear I will talk to her.
I expect a proper apology from that stupid. And some cash will help too.
Okay, just give me some time. Panic stucks my veins as I scroll down the contact list. I didn't even know what I ever did to be treated like this. I liked Frank, I did. But after all the despicable things he had just told me, I felt my little world crumble. I needed to call Linda. I required her to apologize to him so that I don't get into another problem. But before I could dial Linda's number, I received a message from Michelle. Your sister is such a stupid, Haley. What the hell is wrong with her? What? What happened? Michelle, I'm so sorry, but I'm in a big problem. Frank, he said he would share all my nudes in the group chat. Please, what do I do? It wouldn't have happened if your sister hadn't interfered. Why did she say to you? Whatever she said is pure nonsense. But she also told me that you asked her to do this. I believed you, Haley. But you were saying all that crap about me behind my back. How could you? No, Michelle, you got it all wrong. I never asked her to do anything, I swear. Whatever. But it's still your mess. Clear it up, or else we're not friends anymore. Michelle, please don't leave me alone like this. I need you. I'm busy, and I need some space. Bye, Haley. At that moment, I did not know what to do. A part of me felt like curling up into a ball and crying. But the other wanted to rush out of the house with a knife and stab my sister to death. Luckily enough, Linda was already in the house. By the time I went downstairs, her eyes had shot up to me expectantly. You need to know something. But her sentence was interrupted mid-sentence, when I landed a hard slap to her face. It's always because of you that I get in trouble, that I end up losing friends and people start bullying me. My breath was heavy and tears streamed down my cheeks, but I had a lot to say to her. What did you say to Frank and Michelle? Why are you doing this? Just leave me alone and let me live my life. You always mess things up for me, always create more problems for me. Not for once. Have you done anything to help me? What exactly do you want? Do you want me to suffer? To be alone and miserable like you? I was happy, really. But since the day you acted sick in front of Michelle, everything has become a mess again. She's never going to talk to me. And my ex is going to leak my pictures. Did you really think you did something for me? Huh, Linda, because truthfully, you did now. And how are you going to help me now? How am I supposed to get out of this? My legs gave up as I fell onto the ground on my knees, sobbing with my face covered. Mom came rushing to the hall room, asking what had caused such commotion. Linda didn't answer and just stood there like a statue. That was why I hated her. Because she never reacted. Because she always looked so unfazed and nonchalant. I didn't know how long I kept crying, but by the time I looked up, Linda was crying too, guilt reflected in her generally cold eyes. But there was a glint of anger in them as well. That Frank and Michelle, they're dating. In fact, she was cheating on you with her behind her back. Her confession was only made my blood boil, as I sprang up on my legs again. And what proof do you have? Taking out her cell phone, she showed a recording of Michelle and Frank visiting a cafe together. Linda was the one following them, near the parking lot. They even kissed like two dogs in heat, inside the cafe while their voices were faint in the video. I could hear they were bad-mouthing me, and saying how entertaining it was for them to see me crying in pain. I felt guilty, betrayed, but most importantly, disgusted. Post this in all your class groups, Linda said in a sharp tone. Let's expose that hypocrite. No questions were asked. With an anonymous account, she posted that video and the screenshots of Frank threatening me in all of my class groups. The responses made my racing heart calm. Frank and Michelle kept calling me, but I had blocked their number. Nothing tasted sweeter than revenge. And mine, I had taken by then. The entire story spread like wildfire, and soon enough, Michelle and Frank's reputations were licking dirt. The cops got involved, and Frank got suspended for a whole semester. On the other hand, Michelle got the tag of a cheater in school. And surprisingly enough, This wasn't her first infidelity case, and by the next month, I heard she had transferred schools. In between all this chaos, I decided to mend my relationship with Linda. Mom told me that once I passed middle school, Linda met up with those girls who bullied me there and gave them a lifelong lesson. Those expensive chocolates that I received after graduating middle school were actually from them. My sister made them bought it. Now, as we work on our relationship, we are also acknowledging the mistakes we once made. Sure, having siblings can have its repercussions, but if we learn to grow and accept our differences, things can work out here too. At this moment, we both are growing up together, and I hope it gets better from here on.